Good morning. Today is September 15th, 2019. Today I wanted to create a focus on the children while we also talk about Saturn going direct on the 18th of September and how that's going to affect each and every one of us. I wanted to look today and have been studying quite seriously Greta Thunberg's chart, the young woman who is here from Stockholm, Sweden, fighting for the environment and leading many. And this, I feel, is like a small fire that is going to catch fire absolutely everywhere all over the United States. And Greta has a very interesting chart. She has her sun and her Moon and her Mercury all in Capricorn. Now, if you remember, we've been discussing Capricorn right now because we've had Saturn in Capricorn retrograde and Pluto in Capricorn retrograde, and they both sit in the second house of the United States, which relates to the United States value system and our resources and our Earth, and it's ruled by Taurus. And so Greta is coming in with a chart that is actually right on top of the Pluto of the United States of America. So she is here to move and shake and stir up America with her Taurus rising relating to Mother Earth, which is related again to the second house of Taurus, where the United States Pluto sits. There's a strong link with these children who were born with their Pluto in Sagittarius. So these are the generation that Greta is from, are the children that were born after the Pluto in Scorpio children. Let me first go to the Pluto in Scorpio children, because those children are now in their late 20s going through their 30s. These are people like Alexander Ocasio-Cortez. These are people that are here to come in with a pretty strong, Pluto being the ruler of Scorpio being the ruler of Pluto, Pluto being the ruler of Scorpio. It's sitting in its natural sign in Scorpio. So that group of young people, the millions of young people that were born, that we call the millennials, had, a lot of them had this Pluto in Scorpio crossover. And these are the children that are here as shifting America, shifting the globe, cleaning up all the junk that we created. And they really are here to delve into the worst stuff that has been done and to turn it around and regenerate everything. Following behind them is the Pluto in Sagittarius group, like Greta, who are here to bring a new vision, new ideals, new directions to this earth, new way of joining together. Pluto in Sagittarius, they don't see race, they don't see religion, they don't see boundaries. They're a boundaryless sign. Sagittarius is the adventurer that goes beyond the confines of restricted belief systems. So Greta, with her sun and moon and Mercury in Capricorn, and her Taurus ascendant, which is relating to Mother Earth, this girl is phenomenally focused. And one of these rare souls I find with a lot of Capricorns, the older they get, it's kind of like they climb slowly, but here she is at 15, climbing and leading and taking hold. Now, a lot of that is because we have right now our South Node, our past, for all of us on the earth, is in Capricorn. So not only are we healing our own personal deep wounds of the childhood, but we are healing at this time with Capricorn relating to our ancestry. We are healing the ancestral wounds that we have inflicted, not only on ourselves, but on the world and on society as a whole. So with Pluto, with Saturn right now exactly in Capricorn, conjuncting this South Node as it goes direct, we have this enormous focus on cleaning out the past, clearing out the sins of the past, so to speak. So the materialistic value system, the more cold, cut and dried corporate approach to life, and the materialism that ensued from that. We are right now paying for that Saturn karmic. We are also cleaning house with that. And along comes a girl like Greta, and who says, I'm here, I'm a Capricorn, I want to create a restructuring of this earth. I want to do it. I'm here to do it. And so she's right working with the Pluto for our earth right now, which is at 20 degrees. Guess whose moon is at 20 degrees? Greta's. So her emotional nature, her subconscious force from within to express her emotion is based and connected to a powerful restructuring of our earth right now. So here she is bringing her mother energy, moon, into the United States and saying, let's protect our earth mother. Let's clean her up. Let's honor her. Let's, no more bullshit is really what she's saying. She's got her finger out there pointing at all of us and saying, we got to shift this. We got to move and shake this. And her Pluto is also in Sagittarius, is saying, not only do we want to clean it up, but we want to have a new vision of how we as the youth, because we're the only ones that really are out there shaking our fist at the world and setting these fires all over the world of the ideas of a new world order, a new way to approach Mother Earth. This is going to catch on, and this is going to be the main focus, whether we in America accept it as the main focus for the next election. It is the main issue, and she's representing it in a physical form, and the youth know it. They know if we don't take action now, that it's far worse than we think it is, and that it has to start now. It can't even wait 1 year, the 2020 election. It has to start now. So she's sparking all those young kids, and they're on board with her. And because she has that Pluto in Sag, she's not doing it for herself. She's not doing it for her own notoriety. She's doing it for standing up to her own authenticity and integrity and speaking for millions and millions of young people. And what's happening? The Pluto in Scorpio generation, which is ahead of her in age, they will take the baton and carry it forward, supporting her igniting of the new vision. So they're the cleaner uppers, and her generation are the visionaries. I think that it's really powerful right now that the children of the earth, for example, the children of the shootings, the children that are hiding under these desks and having to go to school and have shooting drills, and the young people in Florida, the young people in Texas, all of the children in the cages, all the children who have been so neglected by our society while we've been thinking how to protect the money of the wealthy, and nothing else has been considered. And even this past week, the fact that we have children that we're sending back, sick children that we brought here to study their individual illnesses and unique diseases that offered themselves to America to come here so we could use new drugs on them and find out about these illnesses so that we could help our children in America through the sacrifice of these young people. And now here we are, Pluto in Leo generation, sending them back because they were here as what they would call migrants, but they were here legally and they were doing a service to us. So to me right now, the most glaring issues on our planet all relate to the children. The future of Mother Earth for the children, the freedom of the children are suffering all over the world without food, in countries where there's been child trafficking, the children that have been suffering, as we said earlier, under the shootings. This is all about the children. And if we don't take this election now and recognize that we have to clean up the sins of our personal childhoods that have inflicted a sort of materialistic, ambitious imprint on society to the exclusion of everything else, to the exclusion of our natural, wonderful parklands and areas that were set aside that we're now going to allow fracking and drilling and going into the Arctic Ocean and the plastic in our oceans and all of this. This is all related to the children. This is all related to our mindsets, which have not set a beautiful paradise for our children to walk into and carry the ball forward. We've literally annihilated their futures. So right now, this young girl is coming along as a symbol to the world of the new world order, of a new structure. So what I think is going to happen in January through April is what I'm feeling, is we are going to face in spades the effects of our karma regarding selfishness, self-absorption, and materialism. And I feel that we're going to really look at that. And while people right now may be ranting and raving about the word socialism, basically democratic socialism at its core is related to the altruistic expression of understanding that we are all one, that this Neptune in Pisces, which is in its own sign right now, that we're moving from individual love to the higher octave of love, which is understanding and recognizing that within all living things exists this life force, energy, and that borders and the crystallized ideas that we've had in the past of divisiveness, these are all crumbling. Pluto is going to crumble that. So borders, as much as we've seen this huge focus on borders and this walls and people speaking of my tribe, it really irks me when I hear that, because my tribe means my group, and I've got a wall around my group, and those are the places where I can go and feel comfortable. But really, right now, with Pluto and Capricorn conjuncting Saturn, we're being asked to crumble our comfort zones, to break apart all the areas of our life where we've had these sort of strong belief systems of how things have to be. Right now, it's about opening the borders of our heart. The interesting thing related to that is that on the 18th of September, Saturn goes direct, and Saturn is going to be conjunct the South Node, and it's going to be conjunct Pluto, not exactly conjunct Pluto, but it's going to be exactly conjunct the South Node. And in the heavens, there's going to be a six-pointed star. Some would call it like the Star of David. And so this 18th of December is very symbolic of a profound heart opening in all of us. This is a day where the commencement of the crumbling starts to happen. And when Pluto goes direct on the 4th of October, even further pushing at dissolution of boundaries. So right now, we've been for decades in a mentality of protection of boundaries. I'm going to protect the boundaries of my family. I'm going to protect my boundaries against you inflicting on my boundaries. I'm going to take my country, and we have our boundaries, and we're going to keep others out and hold the boundaries. And that's been our obsession. And our boundary of money, our boundary of our bank accounts, our boundaries of thought. And we've been priding ourselves on our belief systems. So things like the evangelicals or the Catholic Church or any of the great religions that have had restrictive boundaries and adherences to keeping others out, and we're the only one. This is all crumbling right now, and the corruption from within those situations. Pluto is going to expose all of those systems right now. Capricorn also relates to the banking industries, to the stock market, to the structures of government. So all of that is crumbling right now, as we have observed. And it's kind of been a shock horror situation for us, because as things have crumbled and as there's been no respect, it's been hammered away at with a chisel and with absolute disregard for the good parts of what was in our structure. And it's just kind of taking everything in its wake like a tsunami. But nothing really is, this is my feeling about the Pluto in Capricorn. In the wake of this Pluto in Capricorn, which is going to be with us another 4 or 5 years, nothing in its wake is ever going to be the same. We must be open right now to new ideas, to new boundaryless understandings of the suffering that is out there in our world, the suffering that's right down the street, people living on the cement with tents over them and sheets over them. Understand, those people are part of us. They are a cancer on our society that we have all created. And so the only route back to healing that will be the divine compassion, the divine mercy, the divine understanding that all of this relates back to us. Those children in the cages, those are our children. Those little babies, they're our babies. Those sex trafficking children, they are our children. So we need to get involved, and we need to join with the children and help them with our wisdom and experience of how to create structures, but listen to their vision and listen to their longings and listen to their fears, and let us place love in the center of it all. I would like to end there with the understanding that The whole purpose of this channel is to help bring forth more divine love, divine mercy to each and every one of us. Please like the channel, please. If you like it, become a subscriber and feel free to share this video on your page. May we all send prayers tonight to the children, to the sweet children of this earth. Thank you, and God bless you.